WRDE Coast TV.
Business not booming in the nation's summer capital. Why business owners say customers are not coming in like they used to.
Violent arrest for vaping. Ocean City police under scrutiny. Some say they were just doing their job. Others say they got too physical.
And we're live from a spot that's been a great place for vacations since 1873, the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk. We'll talk about not only the boardwalk forecast, but why you shouldn't miss out on stopping on by.
Multiple changes being considered at this Milford intersection. Why people are not necessarily sold on the ideas.
From the beaches to the bays, coverage you can count on. WRDE Coast TV News at 5 starts right now.
Local businesses saying summer is slow to start. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with cooler weather and lingering smoke leading to a drop in business here on Delmarva.
Business owners in Rehoboth Beach say they've taken a hit in sales compared to years past. Coast TV News reporter Heidi Kirk shows us why for some it's breaking the bank.
This is like second nature to me.
George Stakius spends his days flipping pancakes and cooking bacon at Ghoulies Grill.
We celebrated our anniversary June 1st.
It's his 10th summer in business on the corner of 1st Street and Wilmington Avenue.
So I've seen the traffic, I've seen the trends.
This year, he hasn't seen the normal surge in June and July that keeps his grills hot.
You only have a set window to get what you need done, and then you coast in the off season. And already we're in the second week of July. Boom, in a month, school's open. And the season's kind of technically over.
According to this data from the Chamber of Commerce, both short-term rentals and hotel bookings are down this summer compared to last.
Some people are blaming a pattern of wet weather and lingering smoke.
4th of July was really dead as far as I was concerned from previous years. I mean, the streets were really not like they would be for 4th of July in previous years.
The Chamber says these trends are common across the country, but others are tapping away as normal.
We come down once in a blue moon, once a year maybe, so we're going to spend a little bit more.
In the meantime, Ghoulies is desperately hoping for an uptick. In Rehoboth Beach, I'm Heidi Kirk, Coast TV News.
The Chamber of Commerce says a growing year-round residential population could help with more year-round business. It also reminds people of the power of shopping local when you can.
An arrest on the Ocean City Boardwalk is sparking debate in the beach town. Now the victims' parents are saying the police were too rough. Coast TV reporter Charles Reinert is live in Ocean City. Charles, the video of this arrest is what has sparked community interest.
Charlie, this all happened here around 10th Street on the boardwalk at around 1 o'clock in the morning on July 6th. Police say Denzel Ruff was vaping here on the boardwalk. That's not allowed here in Ocean City per a city ordinance. So if you look at the video here, you can see Ruff on the ground being punched by an officer for a violation that should typically just end in a fine. Police say that Ruff did not comply when he was asked to stop vaping and ignored that request. Ruff's father, who's an attorney, says the police used unnecessary force when arresting his son.
I saw the police officer punch him. That was pretty disturbing to me. So we are contacting some attorneys to address the criminal defense.
And in a statement today, the Ocean City Police Department said they are allowed to use force and that every situation where force is used is reviewed by the department. I'm Charles Reinert, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Charles. And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know if you think people should be allowed to smoke or vape in busy public spaces. Let's take a look at the results so far. Big, overwhelming, 85% there saying no, you should not be able to. Just 15% saying yes, although it is early in our voting process. That could change. You can vote at WRDE.com or use our mobile app.
As we take a live look right now into Ocean City, the dry tech camera there at Embers, a beautiful evening. And our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams, he is joining us in a beautiful location for a beautiful night in Rehoboth Beach. Paul, the weather's been nice, but the heat, oof, really feeling it.
the heat is a real thing no matter what part of the state you're in, but especially here on the beach. But as you walk with me real quick, you'll notice that the nation's summer capital is in full effect and full swing at this present time. But listen, there are some things about Rehoboth Beach you might not know that we're going to share with you a little bit later. But as of right now, let's take a look right now at our forecast. Listen, we're holding at 83 degrees in Rehoboth at this present time. The heat index actually at 90 with partly cloudy skies. Generally speaking, we are expecting scattered cloud cover to continue throughout the day. So you're going to have on and again, off again sunshine. And it's not going to be too much of a problem, but a great relief when you finally get access to just a little tiny bit of shade, courtesy of the cloud cover in the area. But we're not concerned about rain at this present time. Now, for those who are going to be on the boardwalk, here's a look at your boardwalk forecast. We are expecting sunshine and 84 degrees, beautiful sunshine, and temperature staying in the middle 80s until the sun goes down. Now, after the sun goes down, we will become clear, still in the 80s, because it's going to be slow walking with that temperature dropping ever so slightly till we get into the late night hours. Now, coming up, we're going to elaborate more on why Rehoboth is such a unique place, because believe it or not, it was the Native Americans who started off making this a vacation spot. Then the rest of us caught on a little bit later on. I'm Coast TV Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams, live here at the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk. Back to you.
Thank you, Paul. In Ocean City, the fire department rescued 2 dogs from a burning building today. Firefighters responded around 8:20 a.m. to the 1500 block of Shad Row. That's where you can see on the map there, and here's some photos from the scene. According to the fire department, two of the dogs in there were trapped, but they were rescued. One firefighter, though, was sent to the hospital for a medical emergency. 2 other firefighters had minor injuries. What started that fire is still under investigation.
Bethany Beach is resuming replenishing efforts. The Beach Street crossover is closed today. That includes South Garfield Parkway, Hollywood Street, and Parkwood Street. Replenishment has been going on since June 13th and has now exceeded what was the expected 15 to 25 days to complete.
Milford Mayor and City Council recently reviewed potential plans to a change in the traffic flow at a popular intersection, along with a few other upgrades. But are those improvements, or are they just chaotic? The changes include adding a new light. A second light would go just before this one to get rid of the split in the road. The plan also adds crosswalks. It suggests both Buccaneer Street and Northwest 10th Street be one way. Jeffrey Peck, who lives in Milford, says changes like these could impede his commute, but he's eager to see some progress.
Depending on what we're doing for the day, we do travel both ways up 10th Street. That could be kind of cumbersome, but a big picture goal is good.
The design will now go to DelDOT for further consideration.
Today, President Biden and NATO leaders wrapped up their 2-day summit in Lithuania. While there, the president met with Ukrainian President Zelensky and praised the courage of the Ukrainian people as they fight off Russia's attacks. As NBC's Bree Jackson reports, this meeting came after Zelensky expressed his disappointment in NATO's reluctance to make Ukraine a member of the alliance.
President Biden closing out his time at the NATO summit in Lithuania with a keynote speech.
Each member of NATO knows that the strength of our people and the power of our unity cannot be denied.
The president also reaffirming the alliance's unwavering support for Ukraine more than 500 days into its war against Russia.
Our commitment to Ukraine will not weaken. We will stand for liberty and freedom today, tomorrow, and for as long as it takes.
A message he stressed during his meeting with President Zelensky earlier in the day. Zelensky thanking President Biden for his controversial decision to provide Ukraine with cluster munitions, a weapon with a track record of causing civilian casualties.
This decision will help us to save us, and that's why my appreciation for the
Ukrainian president also praising the American people for pledging more than $40 billion in aid, which includes military and humanitarian assistance.
You spend this money for our lives, and I think that we save the lives for Europe and for all the world.
In addition, G7 members announced a declaration of support for the war-torn nation, vowing to ensure Ukrainian forces can defend themselves and to help Ukraine's economy rebuild. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill closely watching the high-stakes talks overseas.
NATO's larger, stronger, and more united than probably it's been in 50 years due to Vladimir Putin's actions.
On Thursday, the president will be in Finland, welcoming the country as the newest NATO member. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
A group of congressional Republicans are now calling on the Biden administration to send long-range Army tactical missile systems to Ukraine. This after France announced Tuesday it's going to provide the country with some of its own supply. The U.S. missiles have a range of nearly 200 miles, and some lawmakers do raise concerns that providing these types of weapons could lead to a significant escalation in the war.
Efforts to keep one museum's collection in its original location. The latest from the ongoing debate in Salisbury.
And believe it or not, there's actually a lifeguard Olympics going on right here on the Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk. That and a whole plethora of things happening. You don't want to miss this rundown because, hey, it's something to see and feel, taste, eat, wear, whole lot of stuff.
Thank you, Paul. But first, court's closure in Lewis. When and how long they won't be accessible. That's up next.
Jay Leno.
These French guys are smooth, aren't they? I do declare, Mr. Henry.
And Kevin Eubanks.
But I'll tell you what, Kevin's going to give you $100, right, Kev?
Bring their own twist.
Get out of here, really? No, you get out of here.
To a TV classic.
Let's play You Bet Your Life.
If I come home broke, my wife gonna kill me.
It's all fun and games.
Weekdays at 11:30 on WRDE Coast TV.
Transform your outdoor space with Backyard Works. We are Sussex County's one call for all your fence, deck, handrail, pergolas, shower, and trash enclosure needs. Locally owned and operated, we make all our vinyl and aluminum fence right here in Harbison, Delaware, from American-made manufacturers. Cut out the middleman and deal direct. As a TimberTech Platinum Deck dealer, our trained team will professionally install your deck that will last a lifetime. Give us a call and let us make your backyard work.
My real estate approach is about building relationships with my clients and providing the best experience with results.
She's not going to let you down. She's going to make sure that even when there's a bump in the road, she smooths it out quickly.
She would facilitate anything that we needed. She went above and beyond. So it was a very seamless process where she delivered on everything she said she would do.
She was so patient with all of our questions. It was a great experience overall.
Let me help you get to your next destination.
Call our mom. She's the best. She really is.
If you're a basketball, tennis, or pickleball player in Lewis and you use the city's courts, they won't be open for a while. The city says starting August 1st, basketball courts and tennis courts will be repaired and resurfaced. The work is expected to be done, though, August 15th.
A drug trafficking organization in Delaware facing federal charges, why the Department of Justice is calling it the largest drug bust of its kind in state history.
A tropical air mass will be over the area through the weekend, bringing with it heat, humidity, and storms. Our details on which days will feature the best beach weather coming up just after the break.
Fleischer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva.
We salute Cameron Morris. Cameron is a hard-working, polite, and positive young man. He attends Sussex Tech High School and is studying HVAC. At the age of 16, he has developed a passion for the fire company and enjoys riding along with Blade's local police department.
If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV Salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
When you choose Bennett Termite for all your pest control needs, we strive to hit a hole-in-one with every service we perform.
Everyone deserves to be remembered with dignity and respect. The Eastern Shore's most trusted experts in funeral services offer another option for those seeking a simplified alternative. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services is simple and affordable, serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with convenient phone or virtual consultations. And e-signing makes our streamlined documentation quick and easy. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Services in Berlin. Simply respectful.
For me, working for a company that is so involved in the community means consistency, integrity, and it means success. My favorite part of working at Avery Hall is we're like a family. And when the client walked out and said, "You're a breath of fresh air, I love your aura," that made me feel like I educated the client and I gave them the information needed to make a logical decision. I'm Tracy Jones, Account Executive with Avery Hall Insurance.
Have fun by land and by sea at Ocean Downs with the Summer of Fun giveaway. Earn entries now for your chance to make a splash in a new jet ski or seize the keys to a new Ford Bronco Sport. Ocean Downs Casino, where the fun shines.
Delmarva Sports Network, the official television station of the 50th Annual White Marlin Open this August.
When you choose Bennett Termite for all your pest control needs, we strive to hit a hole-in-one with every service we perform.
Looking for an affordable solution to remodel your kitchen? Look no more. Paul Davis will update your kitchen with no mess, no tear out, and complete it in days, not weeks. Our certified installers add 5 layers of hardwood over your cabinets and change the doors and drawers to match. Plus, we are so confident in our product, we include a lifetime warranty. It's our anniversary. Let's celebrate with 20% off your kitchen project and no payments until 2024 through July 31st. Imagine this. Before, after. Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling, we are the difference makers. Weather is brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling, the difference makers.
We've been debuting a new segment all week here on Coast TV News. It features our chief meteorologist, Paul Williams. We call it On the Coast with Paul, and he joins us live tonight in Rehoboth Beach.
Well, not only is Rehoboth Beach or the boardwalk that place to be as far as the nation's vacation spot, but it started off with the Native Americans, believe it or not, where they would come through and enjoy the seafood and the sea breeze. But then the English and the Dutch settlers arrived between 1650 and 1675. Since then, it's been booming around here. Some of the businesses, they range from fine dining to fine food to fine clothing to fun clothing. Now, ice cream, that's my thing. They even have vegan ice cream choices, that's for me. I even understand they have ice cream for dogs, believe it or not. Who'd have thought it? Now, not only that, believe it or not, as we take a look at what's happening over here, we actually have, excuse me guys, excuse me.
We're from all over the world.
Well, we appreciate it.
All over the world.
People from all over the world, as they say, right? But on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there's actually live music that's available right here. And apparently, as we just learned, people from all over the world, right? Now, also keep in mind, even if you're nostalgic about Dolly's, listen, Dolly's is still located here, and the original Dolly sign, well, it's right available for you as soon as you actually show up coming in through the downtown area. And by the way, that little circle down there for downtown, that's actually where a railroad used to be. The interesting thing about it is that the pavement and the roads that were actually here, this actually began earlier in the century so that they would have a path from Georgetown and the DC so that folks could get here. Hence, that's kind of where the whole nation's vacation spot stuff kind of came from. So, you don't want to miss this food, you don't want to miss this fun. Oh, and by the way, you don't want to actually miss the beach. There's actually a lifeguard Olympics going on right now. Wow. I'm Coast TV Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams, live here at Rehoboth Beach Boardwalk. Back to you.
Well, it looks gorgeous there in Rehoboth Beach where Paul's at, and also all up and down the coastline. We're just seeing some absolutely fantastic beach conditions, boardwalk walking conditions. Just, you want to get outside this evening. We haven't yet seen a huge spike in that humidity. It has certainly increased since what we saw yesterday, but it's still bearable out there. Typical summertime heat right now. Tunnel and Razor camera at the Lewis Yacht Club this evening. Still see some people out there enjoying the beach there in Lewis. Temps in Lewis sitting at 89 degrees, so a little warmer there than in Rehoboth Beach where we're sitting at 83 degrees. It's 84 in Bethany Beach Inland. We're in the low 90s. Currently 92 in Milton, 93 degrees in Georgetown. This is just the start of a long stretch of heat and humidity, and that's eventually going to lead to some thunderstorms. Dew points, well, they're certainly high at the beaches, but those temps are a little bit cooler, so it's not too bad. 73 in Rehoboth Beach, 73, that's the dew point in Bethany Beach. This is just how much moisture is held in the atmosphere, so it feels a little bit tropical at the beaches. Dew points in the low to mid 60s inland. They increase to the mid 70s tomorrow. So it is going to feel tropical everywhere tomorrow afternoon. And then all this heat that we've been seeing the last few days, and really just, well, it's been heating up the waters. Take a look at these water temps. Lewis, water temperature at 80 degrees right now. That's typical of, if we even see an 80-degree water temp, we typically see it in late August. It's mid-July, so we're going to continue to see those water temps rise over the next few weeks. Satellite radar picture, pretty quiet conditions out there, and it's going to remain quiet for at least the next 24 hours as high pressure remains in control. But eventually you see all this weather up here across the Ohio Valley, across the Midwest, across the Northeast, that is going to work its way down into the Mid-Atlantic. So it is looking stormy, especially as we head towards Friday. Saturday, not too bad, even though our 3-day beach forecast does have that thunderstorm symbol on Saturday. Saturday, certainly a day, don't cancel your plans. Go to the beach. Enjoy the beach on Saturday. Friday, you may want to cancel those beach plans because it is going to be stormy for much of the day on Friday. Temps in the mid-80s pretty much the next 3 days. Ocean City, 86 Thursday, 84 Friday, widespread storms on Friday, 87 on Saturday. Pretty similar conditions in Lewis and Rehoboth Beach. Lewis all the way up to 93 degrees Thursday afternoon. As I said, Saturday, don't cancel your plans just because you see that thunderstorm symbol. Go to the beach. Friday, not too much. When you see that on our Futurecast, we're staying quiet for the next several days. It's just hot. It's just downright hot out there. So the beach is going to be the place to be. Our Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling 7-day forecast. Well, take a look at this. We're going to be seeing those temps in the 90s through next Wednesday. Thunderstorms Friday, widespread. Saturday, just a few isolated storms. Sunday, more widespread again, and then more storms on Tuesday.
Thank you, Alex. A Dover area drug trafficking organization is being federally charged. Last week, 3 Dover men and 1 Middletown man were charged. The U.S. Attorney's Office, District of Delaware, says it's the largest known fentanyl seizure in all of Delaware history. A federal grand jury returned a superseding indictment charging the suspects with planning to distribute cocaine, methamphetamine, and fentanyl, along with other drugs and gun crimes. If convicted, each man is to face significant prison time, which will be determined by the federal district court judge. And for one of them, it could mean life in prison.
Efforts to keep the Ward Museum collection in the original museum in Salisbury continue. A new committee says it formed after Salisbury University's decision earlier this year to close the Ward Museum and distribute the art collection across a new gallery in downtown Salisbury. Organizers say their mission is to raise money and keep the Ward Museum collection in the original museum on Shoemaker Pond, and to continue the carving championship competition and ongoing educational programs.
Coming up next, proposed safety improvements at a Felton intersection. What changes are being discussed right now?
At Accurate Pest Control, our love for animals drives us to ensure their safety. That's why we only use pet-safe chemicals when treating your yard for mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks. Our expertise is backed by almost 3 decades of service on the shore, so we can treat any pest problem with successful results. Accurate stays up to date on the latest treatment techniques. And remember, prevention is the best form of pest protection. Enjoy the outdoors without the annoyance and dangers of mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks. Accurate Pest Control, on target since 1995.
Are you tired of contractors not showing up on time or not even returning your call? And why are you still waiting for an estimate? Maybe it's because the sales consultant they sent isn't really qualified to make a proper quote, only to find out the contractor isn't even licensed? That's why thousands of homeowners and businesses trust Delmarva's original crawl space experts. At DryTech, we're certified, trained, licensed, and insured. So your crawl space problem gets solved, guaranteed. Call DryTech today for a free assessment.
Our beautiful Delaware beaches give people a place to relax and unwind from their busy lives. But even in paradise, accidents and injuries can happen. From beach house rental mishaps to car accidents, unexpected injuries can turn your summer into a nightmare. That's where the Law Office of Trapnickel comes in. Our experienced personal injury team understands the complexities of beach-related accidents and are here to fight for your rights. Don't let an unexpected injury ruin your summer. The Law Office of Trapp Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
It's baseball season, and the Delmarva Shorebirds is your home for fun. Join 93.5 The Beach for Thirsty Thursdays every week. Plus, don't miss special 102.5 WBOC Maryland Pride Thursdays presented by Spicer Brothers. And don't miss Big Beer Fridays with Big Classic Rock 107.7. It's a summer of fun. Let's play ball.
Delmarva's rock station for 35 years.
When choosing a granite countertop, choose one for real life and beauty. No matter what life throws at them, they'll look beautiful forever. Ancient Art Stone invites you to discover the affordability of granite and upgrade your home to the beautiful works of art from Ancient Art Stone. Centrally located in Milford, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva to make your dreams a reality. Visit us and allow our devoted professionals to craft, fabricate, and install a superior finished product that will transform your home into a work of art. Sponsored by Ancient Art Stone, where countertops are always a work of art.
Proposed safety improvements for one Felton intersection are being discussed right now as we speak. DelDOT is hosting a public workshop about the intersection of Canterbury Road and Andrews Lake Road. The agency says that there's been a lot of accidents in that area, and they're looking for a solution that would make it safer. That includes a possible roundabout and other pedestrian improvements. The workshop runs until 7 p.m. at Polytech High School. We'll be right back.
When it comes to your home, you need a local contractor you can trust and quality you can count on. Spicer Brothers is properly licensed in Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia, and we're here to help.
Our team is committed to customer satisfaction, and we stand behind our work with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty.
Right now, finance your entire project with no interest and no payments until 2025. So, for all your exterior and bathroom remodeling needs, call the company you can trust. Spicer Brothers, we've got you covered.
Not feeling well? Before you head to the emergency room, consider your options. The emergency room is for life-threatening issues. If you have an issue that is not emergent, please contact your primary care provider. They know you and your medical history and are best able to treat you. If you need care and you just can't wait, or it's after hours, visit your nearest Your DocSend Urgent Care Center or Tidal Health Immediate Care. To learn more about the most appropriate place for care, visit tidalhealth.org/where-to-go.
Are you ready for heart-pounding action like no other? Get the thrill of a lifetime at Precision Paintball in Georgetown, Delaware. Gear up, put your strategy and skills to the test, and experience paintball like no virtual world can offer. We call it the Precision Experience. Our intentionally designed campus is the sanctuary to paintball players across all play styles, with state-of-the-art equipment, specialized gear, and custom weapons for the most immersive gameplay. Reserve your experience today. No matter the size or event, we've got you covered. Precision Paintball.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
Winner of America's Got Talent, Terry Fader is hitting the road.
So, Dougie...
Terry Fader, on the road again.
Do you remember? I actually launched your career when I won America's Got Talent.
Join him and his cast of puppets for an evening of comedy, hilarious musical parodies, and favorites you have come to know and love.
Terry Fader live at the Ocean City Performing Arts Center on Sunday, July 23rd. Get your tickets at etix.com.
Well, it's a beautiful evening out across the region today. It's a little hot, though, so you probably want to be closer to the beaches where we are seeing a little bit cooler conditions. Gateway Subaru camera at the Commander Hotel where the beach is jam-packed in Ocean City. Skies pretty clear out there. Temps in Ocean City in the 80s. We are in the 90s in some portions of Delmarva, especially inland. Tomorrow, even the beaches, though, get up into the low to mid-90s, up to 93 degrees on the sand tomorrow afternoon. Water temp 78 to about 80 degrees, so it's a very warm water. And that water's just going to continue to rise because take a look at this. Our air temperatures, they're going to be hot over the next 10 days. We're going to be in the 90s tomorrow all the way through the following Saturday.
Alex, thank you, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our WRDE News app.
Jeopardy's up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.